1 second now. Welcome to yet another live stream. It's kind of weird. There's a bit of an audience outside the window of my shop, kind of staring in. Like you always see people like going up to the window, leaning against the glass with their two hands and peering in like this. Let's turn down now this. Okay, and as always, I'm here for an hour to answer any questions that anyone has and just kind of connect with the community. It's on my phone now, so I hope I have enough battery. I better plug in this charger. But yeah, like another week of making sticks. I'm working on quite a lot of cudgels now. Well, I'll see if I have a few of them. 1 second. Where's the cudgels? Where did I put them? So I have a few cudgels here. I'm kind of nearly finished. I just need to sort out a few more things on them as well. But I'll give you kind of like a look at them. So I have a few of these nice ones that I'm working on as well. Hey Kirk, how are things, my man? So I got these guys were nearly finished as well. Here's a kind of interesting looking one. But yeah, like I'm kind of working on these cudgels because sometimes you have to be in the mood for like whether you want to do the hiking sticks or in the mood for doing handles, in the mood for straightening sticks. Because sometimes the tasks can be a bit kind of like repetitive and stuff. But the cudgels I enjoy doing actually. Like I think I've made a lot now. I think I have quite a lot to go up online because I know there's a few guys there waiting to see them. But it's just I just have to kind of get some time to upload them. So I thought I'd have some time today to upload the shillelaghs onto the site. But as always, I got working on another stick and I was got delayed. So Liesel, good evening chaps, it's good to be back with you this week. Hello, how are you? Tim as well. Hello Francis, before we get busy, did you get my email about party fights? Maybe. I'll have to just double check. I got quite a lot of emails this week from people as well. Which one of my emails did you send it to? Was it the McCaffrey crafts one? Just 1 second now. Sometimes I get quite a lot of emails, and sometimes I just overlook one, or if I see one, let me check here in the emails. Let's see, search for Tim. No, that's a different Tim. 1 second now. Tim McKern. Tim. No, I'm just looking for your email there. I can't seem to locate it. But I'm sure like after the live stream, I'll have a look and find where it is as well. You sent it to my Francis McCaffrey email. Oh, right. I'll check that one. Mike Myers here as well. Hello. And Bobo as well. Hello, Francis. Nice to see you as well. So yeah, so what you were asking just about party fights or something like that. A party fight is different from a faction fight. There are just like people protesting and fights developed as well, usually to do with landowners, like it was, protesting against various land laws that came in and different things like that. Let's see, Garen, good day Francis and all. How are you, Garen? Very nice to meet you as well. We have Matt as well, that he says, hi Patrick from Scotland. Looking forward to your input on faction fighting. So Patrick from Scotland. So Matt, your name is Patrick, is it? So is it Patrick or Matt? Anyway, we'll figure that out sure in a moment. Let's have a look now. We have a good few people there. Last week there was only about 2 or 3 people turned up initially, and took a while usually to kind of get going. But yeah, like it's I do have some plans to do some more on the faction fighting. I just have to kind of write up a few notes and different things, maybe put a bit more effort into it than the other ones, because now, like the last time when I did the series on faction fighting, I think I made 25 videos, and maybe I only had about 2,000 subscribers and there weren't many, but now I'm close to 4,000 subscribers, so it might be the time again to get back in and talk about the faction fighting and then give my opinions on it, because like it's like things like I wasn't there, the guys that wrote these books weren't there, they're just kind of referencing things and forming their own opinions and theories as well, based on the very little evidence that the credible evidence that's out there. You can't really take evidence from a poem or a song or some kind of artistic guy just kind of writing like a tour book driving through an area. There's not really much references to within Irish history, which makes it kind of a little bit difficult. But I do have, if you're interested in Irish history, I'm going to be sponsoring a podcast. It's called the Irish Mythology podcast. It's by my friend Mark, and I think they do 2 episodes a month. And between now and Christmas, I'm going to sponsor their podcast. I did a little talk on their podcast 2 weeks ago, and it seems a lot of their listeners kind of started contacting me and seemed quite interested in the Blackthorn side of things as well. Let's see now. Let's see. Brian Freeze, probably mean brain freeze, was talking to Patrick on the phone while messaging you. Oh no worries. That's no problem. I'm not good at multitasking as well. I sent a lot of PDFs, a lot of stuff from Clogher regarding stick fighting, party fights, the religious fights. Oh, very good. I must have a look at that. Like sometimes I'll just go into the email, and if there's something that looks specific to the sticks, I'll just reply to it and different things like that. But I do get a lot of emails from guys. Just kind of, they do send me like lots of PDFs and telling me about their family history and different things. But some weeks I just don't have time to kind of sit down and to go through it all. Some of these emails, but I'll get there sooner or later. It's just a matter of time. But I thought I'd know you, Tim, so I must have a look again. I must have just overlooked it that particular day. Or sometimes, on the phone, when you have the phone app, you accidentally swipe and it archives an email. That's happened to me before, and I've missed emails. But I'll find it, don't worry, and I'll reply this weekend. Brain freeze getting worse here. It's okay, like with the typos. Like, don't worry. Everyone makes these typos. Don't worry about that. Zero Fox, evening and always here. How have you been since the kickoff? First comment on the live stream. Very good. Do you get a lot of work done over the winter, Francis? Yes, flat out, man. Winter is like the busiest time because you have extra tasks to do that I don't have now, such as cutting the sticks, and the packing and orders are usually like triple or quadruple what they are now. So I'm spending a lot of time in the evening trying to get all the orders out, trying to get DHL labels, dealing with a lot of these Karens giving out to me about they want to order this, they want to order that, and I just kind of you deal with a lot of these customer service questions as well. So and in the winter, like you think you have enough stock for the winter, and then November usually sells a bit well, and then you say, oh, I need to make some more, so you're making sticks as well, and it's pretty cold. And in winter, when you're doing stick making, you have to make your shed warm enough, temperature wise, or else the paints the finishes will bubble up as well. So if the room is too cold, it kind of affects your finishes a lot, which does happen, because sometimes you forget to heat up the room kind of warm enough, or you're just pretty hot from doing all the work yourselves, and the room isn't hot enough, and you're putting on the finish, and then the finish will kind of like bubble up a lot if the temperature is not too good. So that's kind of an important thing with finishes as well. But I get a lot of questions always on finishes, but it really depends on it as well. Let's see now. So yeah, like wintertime is very, very busy for most stick makers as well, especially when you're a successful stick maker like me, apparently, allegedly, But yeah, like it's I forgot to put some sticks behind me. I see we only have a few sticks. I forgot to stack these guys, but I have plenty. But anyway, as I said, I have a few nice cudgels here beside me as well, which are all like rearing to go. But yeah, it's coming like August. Like usually for stick makers like me in August, there's still a good stretch in the evening. I try to kind of make a lot of, trying to build up stock for Christmas and different things like that. But it never goes it never goes to plan in that. Like I can never make enough sticks. Like in winter time, the good sticks will always sell. You don't have to worry. Like if you make a good stick and put it out there, it's going to sell. But winter is when you see all the new guys who haven't got a clue, and they come in with a cheap blackthorn. And for you guys who are experienced buyers, when you see a new guy come in selling cheap blackthorn, you'll snap that up straight away. Remember, was it last Christmas or the Christmas before? This guy was selling like he had real blackthorn. He was this new guy. Again, said he was selling for a number of years, but obviously not, because he was selling his sticks for €20, brand new blackthorn, and he was charging his shipping €10 for worldwide shipping. Come on, like, it's impossible to send a stick for €10. What's that, about $12? Anywhere in the world. So it's usually these guys come out always in the Christmas run and stuff like that. So they can be a little bit annoying, because like a lot of the guys that you're selling to as well, like they'll see these guys come in with sticks, and the quality of them isn't good. Like they will actually have a few good sticks, but not too many. Like, and then they go almost instantly when they go. Then they're just left with their kind of average kind of stock as well. Let's see now. Who was your relative who was the stick fighter? Mick Foley. Just like the wrestler as well. Like, big Mick Foley. He was from back Cremonish direction, and the Foleys was my mom's side of the family as well. I'll do a thing on him. I think it was the Foleys and against the Moriartys and stuff was the main ones around in this particular area. Kurt says, what are the summer months over there? There is no summer month. It's a myth. Just only joking. In theory, the summer months are supposed to be like May, June, July. That's it. And then I think that's it, isn't it? It's like a bit different over here than in America. I've been talking to Americans for so long. Sometimes I'm kind of on that kind of wavelength as well. But yeah, like May is the first day of summer, I remember. Then it's like May, June, July. Then August, September, October is like thing. And then so was it? I can't remember. I must figure out the exact Irish seasons. But yeah, May, June, July is the considered the Irish summer. I always thought it was August. But I always remember in May they always say it's the start and beginning of summer, and the February the 1st is always the start of spring, even though it's winter time. And yeah, the end of winter is the 30th of January, the end of January. So yeah, we'll figure it out from that. Let's see. Start burning your mark on your sticks. Authentic McCaffrey. Yeah, I gotta do that. I gotta get one of these burners, man. I got so many things to do. It's like it's building up as well. So many things to research as well. It doesn't take long to kind of fall behind. Sometimes I'd be in my own world trying to get the sticks done and different things, and I get a bit distracted. Like at the moment, I don't know if any of you are into stocks and different things like that, but this one I have, Cardano. It's like a cryptocurrency type thing. It's been running pretty high, so I've been happy with that. I got in at a decent price ages ago on that one. So I've decided to kind of paper hand that one because it's gone too high. But yeah, so I've kind of been like what I kind of do outside of the stick making and stuff. I've interest in the finance side of things. I read a lot, read about inflation, and read 10Qs and different reports, and listen to conference calls and things like that. Bit of everything. I enjoy that, but the market at the moment is too weird, man. It's just like things are going down, so it's good to be on the sidelines at the moment, which I had positioned myself. But yeah, like, so I'm interested. That's another thing that I do as well, that I have a good interest, and I'd say a decent enough knowledge. Like, it's I'm no Warren Buffett, like, but I think my return is pretty okay. You, like most of these catalysts and stuff, you just kind of get out before they happen if you're not sure of, and you just kind of like ride up the run up to it as well. You can kind of make something there and get in and get out like a bandit. Let's see now. Midsummer is June 21st in Ireland, the UK. There we go. Yeah, it's the longest day of the year, and the shortest day of the year is the 21st of December as well, where if you were in Ireland on the 21st of December, go to Newgrange, in Meath, and they have the somersault, like the sun just comes in at the right angle. It was designed for that time of year that lights up the whole tombs, which is quite interesting and unique. Scotland and Ireland get a week of summer if we're lucky. Yeah, we actually did get we actually got 5 days or 6 days where it was like scorchio, over 30 degrees. Everyone was hot for a day. You couldn't sleep in the nighttime; it was too hot. We had two fans in the house, and it was the fans were highly sought after for those few days, and then it's gone, and up into the attic. It's been raining now for most of the morning, and then it stopped raining about 2 o'clock today. So it should be okay for me to kind of like walk home or something like that as well. But yeah, like I'd like to get out more walks and make a few of those more walkabout videos and show you guys more of Kerry, and maybe go to Clarny and go walk into to different places and show you a few places over the years that I got loads of Blackthorn out of and stuff. But I can show you there's nothing there now at the moment, unless you know to wait another 10 or 15 years. But I get all these messages from these guys like telling me how I should be running my business, how I should be like buying loads of land, planting blackthorn. It's easy to do and stuff, and it just makes me laugh. Like these guys, they haven't got a clue. Like blackthorn doesn't grow like you want it to grow. It grows in all different directions. It's searching for the light. You need overgrown bushes to get the best blackthorn walking sticks out of. And it's never that easy. Like, and they say, oh, you just do this, you do that. Oh, you be I get like, I'd say on a weekly basis, I probably get 20 emails from guys I've never heard of before, never been a customer, they never buy with me, and they're just telling me how I should be running my business. And they put a lot of work into it as well. They write these really long things and stuff, and I'm just polite and reply and different things like that. But then they message you again and again and say, why haven't you implemented? Why haven't you done this? And it gets a bit weird then. I kind of like to kind of do my own thing. I'm kind of successful enough in my little niche that I've kind of created. But yeah, like it's you can get drawn into these like these discussions with people as well that you kind of like get. Let's see, Tim, it snowed last night in Colorado mountains. Yeah, like it's that's unusual, like in August. But like you live near the Rockies, you're quite high altitude there. But yeah, you wouldn't expect a bit of snow in the thing. But what is it saying? Like the isn't it the North Atlantic Drift or the Gulf Stream? That's it, that goes towards Europe from America, that carries over the warm air. They're saying that this is changing direction or slowing down. And I read, was it in Greenland, that it was raining on top of the ice, and that these rivers are forming on top of the ice, and that's never happened before at this time of year. So like the world is changing. Like it goes through cycles. Like there's different times of the millennium that we're in different parts rotating the sun, and different things are happening. And sure, we all live in these tectonic plates which are moving around, the ring of fire and all of these plates. And we're on the magma and the lava and different things as well. So like there's so many factors going against everything. Like there's the temperatures are always going to be changing, and different things as well. So it's it's, you have to kind of see, like in Ireland too, you'd notice different things. Like like when I was a kid, the weather seemed more miserable. It seems warmer now. You'd notice like different things in summertime. Like for example, we never had seals, swimming up the river from the ocean right up the freshwater looking for fish and stuff like that. So it was unusual to see like all the seals and stuff. And then before this pandemic stuff, all the fishermen were always giving out about all the seals taking their fish and stuff like that. But there's no sharks around to eat the seals yet anyway. So maybe a few great whites will wander up here someday and take out a few of those seal colonies that are starting to form off the coast of Kerry. But these things are always changing with erosion. Store like there's a beach about 5 miles from me called Ross Bay Beach, and this in Glenbeigh, and like this used to be like a really popular long beach and stuff like that. And then over the years and the storms, the beaches got smaller and smaller and smaller, and no one planted any grass or anything there. And it's been erosion. If you ever have to do geography in secondary school in Ireland, you have to constantly learn about erosion. It's like if you go to your geography test, there's 5 questions on erosion. It's always about erosion of rivers, erosion of lakes, it's like the most boring subject in the world. It's kind of funny. My daughter was talking about it recently, and it was all her questions on her test she got was erosion. It's kind of funny. Let's see, Kirk, loved your walkabout videos. Beautiful country, love the environment. Yeah, there's many more cool places as well that kind of not many people go to, or there's not much touristy. Like even around this little town I'm in, I still have to take you, you know, to see like other parts of it, down to Pakistan Pier. You know, there's an old bakery mill around here. There's another side of the river you can walk up. You can go Ivra Road, around my Sun Hill, where the old railway line was, where you can see where the old hotel was, where I used to do my comedy shows. There was I think I told you before, like you know, back after the financial crisis, when everyone was feeling miserable in Ireland about losing all their money and the banks ripping people off and stuff, I kind of said, I'll set up a comedy club. And I set up a series of comedy events. You know, just I thought it was kind of funny because everyone was miserable in Ireland. Like really, it was like dark days indeed. Like, you know, there was talk you'd go to the bank machine and you weren't going to get your money out after, you know, 2008. Then it was 2009 and 10. Like 2 years afterwards, it was like hitting, and you know the banks needed the bailout and all of this and that. So I kind of said, "Oh, you know, just set up some comedy clubs and stuff like that." And so basically, like, I started running these comedy events, and I got some comedians from from TV shows. Like there was a very famous Irish TV show called Father Ted. I don't know if you're aware of Father Ted TV show, and I just went on Facebook at the time, and you could very easily find the Irish comedians, and you could bypass going to their agents, and you just connect direct to the comedian and say how much. They'd give you a much cheaper rate than you get to their agent, and they'd come down and do the gig. And then, you know, running a gig with a comedian is very cheap because you hire the comedian as a headliner, and then they get their friend as a middle act and their friend as the MC. So you only need 2 or 3 guys. So usually you just like pay the headline act and tell him, look, you sort out a middle guy and an MC, and usually the headliner gets his two friends to work for free, and he takes it. But the thing about comedians is that it's like an exercise. They have to be touring, they have to be gigging, they have to be you know, going out and doing events and different things like that. So they're always up for it. Like it's easy to find comedians. Like, you know, most people be hiring bands. Like if you hire, like, what was it, if you hired the Wolf, I got a price before, the Wolf Tones, €1,500. That was a price that I got from back in was it 10 years ago or something like that. They were to play in a marquee or something like that, and it was like 1,500, which was pretty good for a well-known band. But like, you know, most, it depends on how many people are in the band, and most guys and anyone that's semi-famous will want, you know, like I remember the Rubber, was it the Rubber Bandits? They wanted €2,000 to do a gig, but also they had a very long requirements for, you know, from a sound engineer. They wanted this, they wanted that, they wanted all of these different things as well. But you know, that's what I tried when things were getting bad. I'm in my hometown. So like I'm the kind of guy in this town in Killorglin that before I used to try things, but they were the locals didn't really think it was a good idea with with the things I was doing. That only kind of egged me on a bit more. So like it's weird, you know, being in a town that you know, you come up with loads of ideas and they're not keen to do anything at all. It's there's always this little kind of circle of people that you know, that control what they think is the town. But it's local politics is funny. It's like, you know, never get involved in the committee. Let's see now. Where do you? Okay, sorry. There's a number of questions here that have built up from my waffle. Let's go back. So Mike Mars said, I found out last week that you can find Blackthorn around here too. I'm speaking about Belgium, Netherlands, and Luxembourg. It's northern France. It's in Germany as well. Kind of the main area in Germany is just north of Frankfurt and stuff. Yeah, like it's supposed to grow a bit in there as well. But if you drive around Belgium, Netherlands, or Luxembourg, all the hedges are perfectly trimmed back. Like you might be able to find it, but it'd be hard to find a bush that's overgrown that you can pull a few walking sticks out of. So like usually in those places, like everything's cut back, everything is well maintained. You know, like in Europe, you know, it's people are more organized. In Ireland, like, you know, hedges and fields are overgrown, and you know, the different things as well. Where do you store your sticks, Francis, in winter, regard to the cold and the splitting? In the shed, like the cold is not going to make a stick split at all. You know, it's the heat if it gets like really, really hot and stuff like that. The splitting is just as the sap comes out of it. So if you try to like speed up the process as well, you get a lot of splitting on the sticks. So you just need some place with plenty of air. So I have a few sheds, and you know the sheds are plenty of air goes back and forth, and I check the sticks, make sure they're okay. I have the ends sealed. You put the heavy ends down. So yeah, like you know, I have a few. I have a few sticks that actually seem to have seasoned a bit quicker than the rest, and I'm kind of like thinking, oh, and they were like in the place where it was the windiest. So you know, there's a little nugget for you as well. You know, when there's a lot of moving air and stuff, it seems to speed up the drying process slightly more than the other ones. Not like, you know, not too fast, but still it's interesting. Let's see, Garen. Just hope bull sharks don't show up. They can go into fresh water. No bull sharks in Ireland. Yeah, I've seen those things in those little what does it call it, documentaries on Discovery or something, where some guy is in the water and a bull shark, you know, takes a snap out of him or something like that. But yeah, there's no animals like what's the scariest animal in Ireland that can kill you or something? A bull. You know, a bull in a field. You go into a field and the bull is there and he doesn't like you and he comes up trying to headbutt you. That's about it. Like, you know, what else is going to get you in Ireland? Like a wild badger, you know, a feral squirrel, you know, a sneaky looking weasel or an otter or something like that. But they used to always scare us with stories about otters. They're going to bite your leg and they won't let go and they hear the snap of the bone. I think that was like the myth when I was going to school and we had to do our walks along the river and stuff like that. You know, the nonsense they'd be telling you the whole time, like trying to scare you. Let's see, Garen, even worse, the Sharknado. Yeah. They were fun movies. Your man with 90210, what's his name? Steve Ziering or something like that. And I mean, the kids, we enjoyed the Sharknado movies. Was it? There's like 5 of them or stuff. Sometimes, you know, with a movie, you just want something that's completely ridiculous just to kind of escape, you know, a real life or something like. And that's what people, no one wants like one of these Oscar, you know, period pieces in Georgian times, you know, which you know, those things are boring to me, man. You know, you want flying sharks or something like insane, you know, when you want to be entertained. Father Ted's a classic. Yeah, Dermot Morgan. Pity he passed away, and Erdla Hanlon, and you know, the guys I was getting down was like Joe Rooney's a really good comedian from there. Patrick O'Donnell or MacDonald, I can't remember. But yeah, Father Ted was good. It's funny, like you know, the guys went on to do the IT Crowd. They wrote that. That's a good show as well. So yeah, like it is a classic because it's still funny to go back and watch it. Antonio Burdiel says, "Hello, Francis from Miami, Florida." Hello, Antonio. I'll have a little drink to you. A little bit of nearly forgot about this. There's a few people here today, so I'll take a few sips. I have one more. See, I'm kind of getting to the halfway stage now. Because I know I've been sipping this. Like, I'd say it'll last me for a few more. It just depends on how big these live streams get. Like, usually the live streams are about, like, you know, they get from anything about 15 to 30 people. But if they get pretty big, like, I'll probably go to one of them in a whole live stream. Maybe I'll do that one day. If I get to, what we say, 10,000 subscribers, I'll get drunk. You know, that'll be a funny live stream. If you think I talk too much now, wait till you see me drunk. I'm like I'm very, very talkative. When I get drunk, I probably talk over everyone. Let's see now. Let's see. Hello, Francis and Florida. Okay, Kirk, they taste good too. Very good. And Matt says, Antonio, what's the weather like in Florida? I'm here in Scotland. Garen says, depends on what part of Florida you're asking about. Antonio says, sunny and very hot and humid. Heat's over 100. I think that's like about 30. I don't understand Fahrenheit and stuff like that. All the old British kind of metrics that the Americans kind of still use over there. Let's see now. Sunny and very, very hot and humid. The heat is over 100. Yeah. Florida, sunny, 80 degrees Fahrenheit plus, and it rains around 5 p.m. During rainy seasons. yeah, like Florida, you got all the swamps there and the rain and the, Florida gets it hard, man, with the hurricanes and everything as well. I'm in any northeast Florida. Where's northeast? That's not Tampa, is it? Wait, northeast direction. I can't remember. I think you guys got the last bad batch of hurricanes in the northeast. Could be wrong on that. Let's see. According to the movies, there's evil leprechauns. Oh, those are evil leprechaun movies. Yeah, yeah, with your man in it. I think was it Jennifer Aniston from Friends was in one of those leprechaun movies. The first one, wasn't it? It was like Leonardo DiCaprio in like Leprechauns 3 or 4 or something, I think as well. Yeah, but those those leprechaun movies are terrible. What was it? They had leprechauns in the hood. Come on, man, like, and you have them driving around these little cars and stuff. Oh God. But but again, they're entertaining. They're so silly that you just look at them and you laugh and say, this is ridiculous. And they serve a purpose. It's like those movies that are so bad they're good. Like Troll 2 or something like that. Trolls 2. Let's see now. Matt says Irish women can be scary and can attack Francis. Oh yeah, yeah. But you see, I was talking about wild animals. If I refer to an Irish woman as a wild animal, oh my goodness, I wouldn't survive. But yeah, the Irish woman, a documentary should be made about that. They're like have you ever heard of a honey badger? Do you know what a honey badger is? If you don't know what a honey badger is, very very aggressive and protective. That kind of is a tongue in cheek thing to say about the kind of bit of a stereotype about the Irish women. But we'll leave it at that. Look up honey badgers after this if you want. I like the way you key. Okay, the way you key. I'm not sure. Have to make some more essential oils. Yeah, very good, man. Essential oils get through customs. Customs are weird. I'm having good luck with the customs so far. They haven't like annoyed anyone yet, like, because usually like for about every 100 I sent, they're fine. Then there's like one guy who customs will hold a stick up for, and they'll look at it and they'll do this and that, and then like they might charge him on arrival like something like $20-$30 just for the time they used on it. So like customs have been pretty good for me this year. It just depends. Like when the cost, it's all the thing about customs is it's all about the customs form. So if you're buying stuff online, get the guys who are selling it to you to kind of put a lower value on it and refer to it as an essential oil or souvenir or something like that. And it doesn't get then it's very rare that it'll kind of look through him, especially in the Christmas run. But yeah, like I'm having a good run now. I think I had one stick there break again in the post. So I'd like, but actually, yeah, I have to send out your man's replacement stick as well. But yeah, having a good run now with the post so far. Let's see. I like how you keep your brandy in a proper liquor jar. Well, this is given to me by Kirk. But yeah, it's something to do. Like have a few drinks and chill out. Like Jacksonville. You live. There's a guy in Kilorgan from Jacksonville. A guy he does the panto and stuff. Chris. But I worked alongside him when I was doing the Aaron jumpers and sweaters and stuff. And man, he was telling me some scary stories about Jacksonville, about like it's a very kind of violent place and stuff. Look, I don't know. I'm just hearsay what he's saying. But yeah, he was telling me he could get out of it, and he was happy to get over to Ireland. But yeah, he came from Jacksonville, Florida. But like the only reason I remember it is telling me all these horror stories. It seemed like maybe it was just the part of Jacksonville he lived in was one of these scary places. In space too. Was that Leprechauns in Space? I know, like Jason in Space. Friday the 13th movies. I think was he the first one of these ones in space, and then you had Machete in Space, and I think with every long series you kind of run out of places to put them. Like the Hood, the Space, whatever. Like it's kind of a bit silly. Tom Cruise is a leprechaun in real life. He is indeed. But Tom Cruise is taller than me. Like I'm quite short. I'm 5'4". I'm proud of it. 163.5 centimeters of Irish muscle and fat and gristle. But yeah, like we all come in shapes and sizes, like. But yeah, Tom Cruise used to go to Dingle and places like that, and sure he was here for tax reasons as well. Like all these American kind of touristy, movie star guys. There was a phase where they'd come to Ireland, they'd have to pay no taxes because if you're an artist in Ireland, you don't pay any tax. So a lot of it was to encourage all these famous Hollywood guys to come over, which it did. But you know, who do we get? We got like Tom Cruise and your man Matthew Broderick and Sarah Jessica Parker, and trying to remember who else. A few more other kind of these celebrity types came over. But yeah, I'd be the same age as you, man. You know, Michael Fassbender. He's like a famous actor from Killarney and stuff. Like I'd be he'd be about a year older than me, but I'd remember him back when I used to be going out when I was 16, 17, 18. I remember him around, and you know, he was the son of your man, the German guy who had the restaurant and stuff. But and he had he was into his heavy metal, and he had like big fuzzy hair. I have a funny story about him as well, where he, you know, I had a bit of I'd say an altercation with him one night when he was a bit drunk, but I can go into that some other time as well. Basically, he puked on me. Like, he was drunk and I was standing beside him and he puked on me, and I wasn't best pleased. So that's my my Michael Fassbender story as well. So I was a recipient of his vomit in a nightclub in Killarney as well, because my friend from Killarglen, you know, kind of knew him. And you know, when you were going out at that age, you're the guys that are into the music and heavy metal and stuff. They'd be sitting in the corner, you know. So I'd be one of those in that gang. Let's see now. I'm about 30 miles from Everglades National Park. The Everglades, yeah. You know, you have don't you have the anaconda problems there? You know, God, I'd be watching stuff at the sun the whole time on YouTube, and like you see these anacondas in the Everglades eating alligators and stuff, and you know, mad things like that. Well, I think last night at bedtime we started looking at the alligator and crocodile attack videos. You know, all these guys nearly getting snapped by it. I think that was what we were looking at last night. See you next week. Francis Dad's taxi. Okay, Matt. Very good. Very good. Francis Dad's taxi. I can't really remember, but maybe his dad give me a drive today. I can't remember. Sometimes he drives me back after these live streams. If my mom's over at my house, I never really know. Bill, my friend. Hi, Francis. I'm enjoying the small cudgel I purchased for my desk. It's nice piece and great tapping. Yeah, I have plenty of cudgels here, my man. Like, you know, here's a nice little hammer one. Like, I've done a bunch of these cudgels. I'm just trying to get a chance to get them on, Bill, because I know you're looking for a few more cudgels and stuff. Like, I have a few of these interesting type of heavy handle type of ones as well, and I have a few different sizes and different pieces and different things as well. But I have a bunch of them. But that's a kind of interesting looking one as well. It's like, you know, got the two-sided handle and stuff like that. But I'll make a few videos when I get some more. I have like quite a lot of them I need just to get done. Let's see. Garen says one of the last surviving Munchkins lived near Jacksonville. Very good. Very good. So like, there's no truth to it. So is this guy full of nonsense and bullshit? Oh, there's is it the fire brigade? You can hear going out. There you can hear the siren of the fire brigade. Let's see now if it passes my shop. My brother would be a fireman. So let's see if he's out. Oh no, it's not a fire brigade, it's an ambulance. So usually if there's an accident, you hear like an ambulance, and sometimes you might hear 4 ambulances going all at the same time, and usually it's like one victim per ambulance. So if you see 4 going out together, you know, like 4 people, you know, there's always a few car crashes like and things like that. In different places. So that's an ambulance on a rush going somewhere. Let's hope they're okay. Let's see, that cudgel would be a good gavel. Yeah. You know, Judge Francis. There we go. Guilty as charged. You're guilty until proven innocent. You know. Forget about Judge Judy. Actually, here's the thing. I'll embarrass my dad. He loves watching Judge Judy. Oh my God, the stuff that he watches on TV. You know, some of it, man, is questionable stuff. Like especially Judge Judy, man. You know, he used to record that and go back and watch it. not quite my type of things, but you know, yeah, Judge Judy as well. No, he really was. So he wasn't telling nonsense. Like, so Jacksonville is a tough town with he's saying all the gun crime and different things like that, and I won't go into it now, man, but he's telling me some scary stories, man. Scary stories from Jacksonville. Didn't you have the Remember the time with the killer clowns? Guys used to dress up in clown suits and stuff. Wasn't that all around Jacksonville as well? Let's see. Antonio says we have an anaconda in a neighborhood backyard about 2 years ago, and the snake ate the neighborhood cat. They came up from a canal nearby. Yeah, man, they're pretty scary. Like I've spent a good bit of time back and forth to Thailand, and like there was a python, just above the house that's over there in Thailand. That was a pretty scary thing. Like, it was up like one of these telephone cables, and you saw this like python and stuff. But yeah, I hate snakes. There's there's a few things in life I'm afraid of, and rats and snakes, can't stand them, man. Rats, just I just hate them so much. Like, it's I just even when you're in Thailand, you see a rat running across your foot and stuff when you're eating street food. Oh my god. And in my business, you'd be out and about cutting blackthorn. You'd see rats often. Even like yesterday, when I was walking home, the big brown filthy rat ran across in front of me as well. Can't stand them, man. Can't stand them as well. But they're not as bad as the New York rats, from what I hear. The New York rats are pretty bad. But the ones they have over in Asia, man, like, the ones that I saw in Bangkok, those rats, Jesus, man, they're big. They're big, big, bad. Ugh, can't stand them. But well, actually, my son ate a rat. In some places in the countryside, they were cooking rats and stuff like that. And my son now, he's 13. Yeah, he's 13. Or will he be 13? He'll be 13 soon. He decided to be funny. He's like me. He'll do things just for a laugh. Like if something's a bit shocking or a bit funny, we don't have that kind of like safety valve on. I pretty much do anything. I'm not a shy, embarrassed like type of person as well. Hence, while I'm on YouTube talking nonsense, Garen, they ate some wild stories. There there are some wild stories I've heard too. Yeah, I can imagine so, man. It's like, America, it's a tough place. It's not, it's not all Disneyland and baseball and hamburgers. Like, there's an edge over there, man. It's a lot of people, they get a rude awakening when they go over there, follow the American dream, and they realize it's a tough struggle. You got to work hard. Like, nothing's easy over there. There's high taxes as well. You got to like really work your ass off, and constantly be trying hard, because like you see the perception in Ireland is that all Americans are rich and they come over here and spend all their money. But like, it's like that 2 week millionaire type thing. They might have like worked their whole life for that one trip to Ireland to spend in a week and stuff like that. But yeah, it's people need to give credit to how hard it can be in America to earn a pretty good living, and it takes time and skill and lots of dedication. Let's see now. My wife would get along fine with you, Kirk. Would she? That's good. That's good. Why do you say that, Kirk? Is does she have like some of the kind of same attitudes about me as well? But yeah, be interesting. Yeah, I'd love to meet you some of you guys someday. It'd be great to do like a Blackthorn con. Have a big. Actually, I might do that. That wouldn't be too hard to organize. All I got to do is like get a venue, get a few speakers of the few of these guys, like that would be to do with Blackthorn. Get a few guys in there as well. Like, there's plenty of opinionated guys in this kind of area as well. It shouldn't be too hard. Might be interesting to do a little Blackthorn event, or the World Championship Blackthorn. The greatest. So it'd be interesting to do. Let's see now. What is the population in your town? I don't know, about 2,000 people, I'd say. Something like that. Like I'll just Google it. Wait, population of Killorglin. Population of Killorglin. My guess around 2,000. Let's see now. 2,199 people. So it wasn't too far off. But small enough town. Small enough. Let's see. When you ate rat, you must like snakes, because snakes eats rats. Yeah, I've eaten snake. I've eaten. I've done the eaten the dog in Korea. Eaten the bugs, these weird jellyfish things, these horrible leech things that look like big fat worms. These blings in Thailand. Oh, just usually with a few drinks and just for a laugh or something like that. You know, like when you're dared, or but with the guys in Africa, they got me to drink all of these weird drinks, and then when I drank it, they all started laughing because they didn't drink it. They were just playing a prank on me. Like I was with these they weren't Maasai warriors. I can't remember. There's so many tribes in Kenya. I can't remember which. It wasn't the Kikuyu. It was the another one, the Tifosi or something. I can't remember. But I was with these tribal guys, and like they were, giving me this, and they said, "Come on, you have to drink this." And they were all egging me on. They said, "Oh, people think they're too good. They won't drink that." And I said, "Yeah, no problem, drink it." And then they all started laughing, and it tasted horrible. It was some like blood milk mixed with something else, and I passed it to the next guy. He said, "No way, I'm not drinking that. No one drinks it here." But that's the thing. Like, when you travel all over the world, when you go off the beaten track into these places that are really remote with tribes and different things, it's a great sense of humor, man. There's like they love pranking each other and having a laugh. That's what I really like about that. Let's see. There are, where was I again? Okay, Garen says that there are big gators and crocodiles in the Everglades too. Yeah, man. It's 18-foot gators. You don't have quite the saltwater crocodiles like they do in Australia, man. I hear they're vicious. Snakes are good if they are the right kind to eat. So you're a snake eater there, James. Yeah, a snake connoisseur. I have a Thai brother who was a senator from Southern Thailand until the last military coup. Now he is retired. Yeah, it seems like everyone has a relative who is a military guy or something like that. But yeah, like there was only one military coup when Thaksin came, and then the military coup, and then there was a 1 year interim government, and then there's another kind of Denya Man's sister came to power. Then a coup was against her. Yeah, that was it. And then is it Prayut is the guy there at the moment and stuff. I'm not really too sure. But I think that's just how politics is there. There's a coup every few years. The hamster wheel in America blows. Yeah, it's a tough spot, and but I find it interesting. I like listening to Americans about how how they've worked and how the different things and progressed. Like it's not an easy route. It's actually quite difficult to do well in America. I think at the moment, like there's a lot of things going against you, like when you set up businesses and different things as well. Lots of competition. It's not easy, man. It's a bit of a struggle. Let's see now. Let's see. Okay, alligator tail tastes good. Antonio, I've eaten crocodile tail in Africa at a restaurant called Carnivores. It's pretty good. White meat. It was actually pretty nice. Let's see now. You should make Blackthorn catapults for shooting rats. Should do. But I'll probably get banned for selling violent weapons again or something like I ran into in Etsy and stuff. But it's weird. Like they're really clamping down on anything that like is associated with violence at the moment online or anything, and they just not realize it's part of being a guy. Like guys like watching MMA, they like watching boxing. It's part of being a man as well. Let's see now. Where was I? She'd give up the house if there's a snake in it, would she? I hate snakes too. But it's not good. It's not good if your good wife is afraid of snake-like creatures. Like I'll say no more. Say no more on that. Let's see, Garen. I used to watch Andrew Zimmerman. Why is that name familiar? Is he the guy Zimmerman that got into trouble for shooting someone or something like that? I can't remember who Andrew Zimmerman is. Have you ever met people who pretend to be stick makers, but when talking to them, you notice they don't know anything at all the time? Yeah. It used to be like when I was on Facebook, it was like that, man. It was like these guys, they just come out of nowhere, man, and they're like experts and stuff. It's like it's funny. I suppose it's like in every profession. Someone comes out of nowhere and like they're God's gift to mankind on it as well. But I just and I kind of find it funny because like sometimes they don't know who I am and they just start talking to me. Especially if you're at craft shows and different things as well, and you just know the person has just decided to take it up for the first time. They've just retired, and they've probably watched some of my videos and just didn't recognize me. But look, if you want to start in it, like, go for it and stuff like that. But there's no need for all the kind of like, I've been doing this for 75 years, but you're only 30 years old. Yeah, but in dog years or something like that. You meet people, but that's just part. If you come to Ireland, there's plenty of weirdos, but good weirdos, entertaining weirdos. We're all a bit weird anyway. Is there a market for blackthorn thorns, Garen? There is. All those Wiccan witches and those magic people, they want for their potions and stuff the blackthorns, and they want the oh god, they've contacted me and stuff before. I think they charge like something like €5 a bag, but there's plenty doing that as well. But yeah, there is a market for the actual thorns. There's like this kind of trend on, I suppose, teenagers now to get in to like witchcraft stuff as a fun thing, but it's more like they just love making the potions, and they set up little communities, online communities and stuff like that. So yeah, like there's a market. I get contacted a lot about that and stuff, but it's not something that I do, because they can get hurt, like with selling the thorns and stuff like that, like, and then you're responsible if they're poke their eye out or something silly like that. Is there, let's see, no, he is the guy who ate bizarre foods in the traveling on his show. The only travel show I know is your man Bourdain. What's your man's name? He used to go to all of these different things. Or your man Bear Grylls is the guy who drinks his own wee and eats weird things. That's the only other guy I know that eats weird things. Let's see now. Antonio, yes, there are saltwater crocodiles down by Florida Bay and Turkey Point nuclear plant. Oof. There's the making of a movie. Saltwater crocodile swims in some nuclear water, Instead of Sharknado, you have Crocnado, There I have it. Trademarked Crocnado. The next sequel. The next franchise. Let's see. They make great arrowheads. The thorns, is it? Or let's see, what shark's teeth make arrowheads, isn't it? Or the thorns themselves? Yeah, but you don't want to put a blackthorn at the top of things and get them in quite deep. The guy will get infected. Like, here's a pro tip for you. Like, where's the worst place to get a blackthorn on your hand? Go on, I'll just throw it out there. Where's the worst place there on your hand? I'll say a few places. Like, we'll say A, B, or C. Where do you think the worst place to get a blackthorn is? A, B, or C there? Just to give you okay. Put your guess there, and I'll reveal it. Go on, A, B, or C. Which do you think there? So what was it again? I said wasn't it like A, B, or C? C. You're right, Liesl, right there. Get right infected up there. You don't want to get the torn in C. That's the worst place. Yeah, you all know this already. Yeah. If you get like the torn in there, like, what happens is you get really infected and you need to go on antibiotics and stuff. It's not a special place. Like, I got one right here, and I was a bit worried. It went in deep, and I was all right, and a few different things. But like, over the years, like, you wouldn't think it, because you're grabbing things and different things like that. So you don't want to get like it right in there, because it seems to just like really get into the place that would infect your arm. So yeah. That's another thing people wouldn't really know unless there's different things, like, so that's an area you wouldn't want to get too many thorns in. But strangely enough, like, when you get thorns in your head, you can't get them out with a tweezer and stuff. I don't know, they seem to push themselves out and things. I don't know what that's about. Like, if you get one thorn in the head, go see a professional. But I don't know, like, anytime I've got thorns in my head, this seems to just be pushed out, or different things as well. But the ones in the hands stay in there, and they can stay in there deep as well. Yeah, exactly, Garen, you know your stuff. It affects the joint there as well. Yeah. It's like, oh my like, when it goes in here, you'll see like right up your arm, the whole thing, and it just messes everything up. Like, it's the worst spots to get your blackthorn. When I used wood heat, we had a lot of honey locusts given to us with big thorns, honey locust is bad news as well. Yeah, you got to respect nature, respect wood. You know, you have to know what you're doing. You can't just go in and you know, have a go at this. Let's see. Michael Myers says, there a movie about nuclear turkeys? Perhaps. You know, around Christmas time. Or is it Thanksgiving? You guys, the Americans, you have the Thanksgiving thing, turkey, isn't it? Christmas time, the Irish would eat a bit of turkey. That's usually the Christmas dinner. Everyone cooks a turkey for Christmas, and you know, you eat it once, you don't want to eat it a second time. It's an acupuncture point. I don't know too much about acupuncture, but yeah, like it definitely connects to things. Like if you get your thorn in there, you're in trouble. I was in the nursery business for 30 years. You know your stuff, then, Garen. You know, you can answer things better than me as well. Of you know, where you get the worst things as well. But yeah, you just don't want to get it there, because it's like it's not a good place to do that. But you know, and then like when it's infected, usually you just have to go on a course of antibiotics and different things as well, and go to a doctor, and you know, they have to try to get it out as well, and try to get out that little piece and keep the infection down. And it's a weird thing, you know, that hangs over you as well. But you know, the things that I go through to get the sticks to you guys, you know, putting my life at risk out there every cutting season. But I'm in my cutting prime still. I'm just 43, so I think I'm in my prime of you know, in terms of doing the blackthorn for another 10-15 years anyway. I think I'm doing it, like, you know, since my late 20s, something like that. Let's see. When is the best time to visit Ireland? Is it safe to drive around the country? The best time to visit Ireland, there's no best time. I suppose when it's sunny, when the weather isn't too bad. I don't know. May seems not too bad. May, maybe a bit of June. August as well. August is okay. September, around that kind of time of year. Other than that, it's like raining quite a lot. As it's safe to drive around, like, you know, safe as in how, like, you know, there's no wild bandits that are going to rob you anyway. Like, it's you know, no, there's no renegade leprechauns. The roads are a bit terrible in certain places, so you have to be, you know, just drive a bit slowly and stuff like that. Going out in Ireland is fine. Like, Dublin's a bit rough spot. Like, you know, I'd stay away from Dublin. Like, you know, you'd get into a bit of trouble there. Like, you know, there's these young teenage guys there, and they cause a bit of, you know, they're kind of scumbaggy. But you know, you get out of there and go into the towns and different things, you're fine. Like, the west of Ireland is pretty harmless, safe. You're very safe in Ireland. Like, you know, what's the worst that can happen to you? Like, you know, you're going to go into a field with a bull. You know, how often is that going to happen? Something like that. You know, just drive a bit carefully. But it's you know, you're never going to have any problem. Like, there's not many guns around. You know, the worst thing you'd have to worry about in Ireland is just a drunken Irish man. You know, and even still, you could talk your way out of those situations. Let's see. Jason Garen, when do you sell the honey locust? Let's see. Is your shop open yet, Diane? It's here. I'm here. You know, if someone wants to visit me, I'll open the doors and different things. You know, I have my shop here waiting. There's a few people that look in the window and no one comes in. It's very sad existence, having a tourist gift shop selling blackthorn walking sticks during a pandemic because there's no tourists. But you know, what are you gonna do? But thank God for the internet. I can connect with people all over the world. How long and thick do the thorns get? I don't know, about maybe 2.5, 3 inches, something like that. Let's see. What is honey locust thorns? As much as 3-inch thorns. The tree has a lot of sugar in it, so the tree protects itself with the thorns. Yeah, like any one of the prunus families, they have a bit of thorns as well, like cherry and plum, and you know, all of these. There's a number of ones that have thorns. But yeah, you always have to be careful and know what you're doing. I think we're coming up to the end of an hour. You know, it was very good to talk to everyone here again. Glad for you to join. Keep an eye on my website. That's where I put new things. Hopefully tomorrow, if I can get away in the morning, I can put on a few of these hiking sticks. And then after that, I have about I'll be working on walking sticks again. I think, oh no, I'm putting on the shillelaghs, cudgels, like these small guys, these type of ones, the gavels. These these are going up next, and then after that back onto to walking sticks again, and then repeat and stuff. So anyway, guys, very nice. Thanks for the 18+ people. I think we were 20 at one stage that joined today. As always, look, I'm here every Friday, and we can talk about anything. I can answer your questions. You can ask me anything about Ireland, about my life, about my opinion, everything. I'm not afraid to answer any questions you put out there. And as always, I'll give my opinions. And very thank you so much for joining us. Anyway, I gotta go. I gotta go back to check on the wee ones and feed them as well. Again, bye bye guys. See you later. Sorry, there's just a foul. Goodbye.